The thing is, while I was making that last video, I don't know if you people are perceptive enough to realize this, but I almost burst into tears. But I'm just so fucking manly and used to dealing with pain that I didn't. But my nose is running, so I mean that's how close it was. Just saw an email. Coinbase payment was declined. Well, thank God. I don't have enough money to pay for that. I guess the Omega timeline isn't great in every way because I don't recall Coinbase needing a payment, and more to the point, I can't access it anymore anyway because my phone number doesn't work, and you need that to verify to log into your Coinbase. For all I know, Bitcoin is exploding in value and I can't sell it. But thank God they didn't leech money out of my goddamn account, huh? See, it's a rational part of me talking. Well, not the part about the Omega timeline and that. But you know what I'm saying. It's just, back when I lived in that apartment in Shawnee, it's like, life was bad, but it made sense, you know? Well, Ray, you had a psychopath for a mother, dumbass for a father, you know? They were always berating and maligning you when you were growing up. Fucked you up a little bit. Just take some Adderall, do some hard work during the day, come home, get drunk while making YouTube videos, you just find your happiness. It's just a deterministic scientific universe where you are insignificant and everything makes sense. I miss it so much sometimes. So much. Still not crying though. Too manly for that. But I miss it. You know, I feel like I've been adrift on the open ocean for 8 years. And I'm just tired of it. And it's just like, yeah, it's like adrift on the open ocean, but with like a thin rope connecting me to the shore. And like this tooth thing, it just sawed away at that rope a little bit. I like when things make sense. That's why I've always oddly enjoyed work, you know? Not in any sense like how people sometimes treat me, but the work itself. Work is very logical. And so that rational part of my mind that understands this is a scientific reality of cause and effect with no hoosa-fudge going on. That's the part that's dominant, and that's the part that doesn't hurt, because that's the part I can share. I've been over this. I'm just trying to like get a handle on my increased pain levels, because it's like I was already in a considerable amount of pain just from the feeling like I'm adrift on the open ocean. Like, it's fucking intolerable. You know, I embrace it with good cheer. Like, at first I embraced it with such good cheer. I hit the ground running, because I didn't think it was going to go on that long. I'm like, alright, I'll get a handle on this new reality I've been exposed to. It'll be fine. And then it just keeps going, and going, and going. Oh. You know, when the God shit first started, like, I'd do God shit and like my phone would just explode with text messages from people I've never heard of, numbers that weren't even numbers, like texts that made no fucking sense. And before I left for Connecticut with old Anthony, not that any of you probably know what I'm talking about there, I deleted every last one of them. And then later I'm like, were they really that wacky? Well, there's no way to check. I think the rational part of my mind, it just wanted to stay happy, and maybe that's why I deleted it. Sometimes I do things I don't know why, because like even as I'm deleting them, I'm like, don't I want to keep these as evidence? But I'm like, no, delete. Always getting rid of evidence of wacky shit. I'm not getting rid of this tooth though. That would be crazy. I don't want to be one of those toothless homeless people. I mean, come on. Hey, at least my rational mind's still working, even if it has taken a vicious blow. If you're missing one of these teeth, doesn't matter how smart you are, all your credibility leaks out through that tooth hole. I'm just trying to explore the depths of this. It's also about control. when it comes to rational, skeptical reality, you know, hey man, no wacky shit going on. We just live in a scientific universe. There's no God, there's no souls, there's none of that shit. Just focus, reality check reality. I'm in control. I am the master of that shit. But you know what? With the God shit, it's like I'm just doing things, but trying to put it into words in a way that could bash somebody over the head is not something I can do. And maybe that's my biggest sin. I really enjoy being the guy who can bash somebody over the head with reality. Even myself. And if there's something that I just can't explain away or get rid of the evidence of, it just undermines that part of me so much. I mean, anybody who ever saw my first YouTube channel, Snake Pliskiness, doesn't matter how goofy I am, I'm wearing an eye patch, but I find some people saying stuff, and I'm just so easily able to dismantle their silly shit, because they're all emotionally invested, they're trying to have back and forth attack of insecurities, and that shit's nothing to me, and I'm just in control. But with the God stuff, I'm just along for the ride, adrift on the ocean, trying to make sense of it all. And it's just been going on for so long. Like, how do you maintain your sanity, especially when you finally get to something that the sane part of your mind can't explain? I just feel so bummed out, Talking about it makes me feel a little better, but knowing that nobody will understand makes me feel a little bit worse. See, because my God shit tells me that I can't really move forward with anything vis-a-vis the rapture, paradise, anything, unless and until my sister tells me that she thinks I'm God. Because she's my designated sane person whose judgment I trust. Like, if anybody else said they think I'm God, I'd be like, well, the rational part of my mind is like, well, this is a crazy person here. But I'd never think that about my sister. She's not a crazy person. So if she ever said that she thinks I'm God, I would believe it. And then that rational part of my mind could get in tune with the rest of my mind. This tooth thing doesn't do it. It just makes me sad. Having a running nose is the closest I get to crying these days. So hey man, at least I have a lot of strength. I have that going for me.